New KVK just started and that's long-range warfare season. As always, when new KVK is starting, we are going to check out the policies and seasonal talents for the Road to Dawn KVK. And of course, it's a long-range season, which means I'm really happy regarding the KVK choice because archers are going to have same range as mages. So today we're gonna speak about policy section. There is some new policies here, and of course I will give you my ideas regarding season talents. But at first, let's go and let's speak about policies, because if you are missing some policies, if you don't know which one to choose, you are tracking back your progression a lot and you will be disadvantaged in open field PvP. Plus, I can see here some new policies which will be interesting to check out. So, at first, let's speak about early game policies and which ones are important. Yet again, we see that there is chain of command and spread of the word, and we can see that stamina policy is far away. So basically, number one priority to max out military expansion to level 10, and after that we are moving forward. Resource healing is not that important in early game to max out, that's why try to level up until you will get Wellspring of Vigor to max level, because this policy is really important, not only for your heroes but also for your war pets, because well, generally without this policy your heroes and war pets will be fatigued so fast that you will feel like that you don't have enough heroes to fight. So, Wellspring of Vigor is basically almost same tier of importance as military expansion. And basically that's the two most important policies in terms of early game, and then we are going to move towards the counter cavalry, counter mages, or counter marksmen, right? If you are a ranged player, for sure my advice would be to go for the counter infantry, because for the ranged players, infantry is their almost number one target in open field PvP. That's why counter infantry should be a wise choice. In terms of counter marksman or counter magic, well, if you are archer player, I would say go for the counter magic, especially because of the long range season. If you are mage player, you might even go for counter marksman, because that might be your number one danger in this Road of Dawn KVK. So whenever I will go here, I will choose counter infantry and then I will choose counter magic. After that, we got Buried Bones, not important policy to max out, especially in early game. That's why just make it level 5 and then go and move forward. Administrative Excellence, yet again, if you will have enough prestige, you can go for it, but it will cost 200k, which is quite a lot. But yeah, at the same time, if you will have enough prestige for your account, for sure early you're gonna get it. More war pets you are going to catch during the season. Make a way, not that important one, especially because you won't gonna have too much fights near the cities. If you are going to have it, yeah, of course, but I believe that it's basically a waste of lot of prestige, especially early game. Late game, for sure, a good policy to take. After that, we got health care reforms or apocalypse upgrade. I always go for the elixir production speed, because I believe if you are playing this game on a daily basis, if you are in general online during the wars, percentage elixir production speed will give you even more than elixir capacity limit. I basically every single KVK go for the production speed in terms of percentages. That's my way of playing. After that, we got medical progress, medical administration. Yet again, here I will be going for the daily resource healing percentage. Like in general, in this game, percentages are way better than straight up numbers. So medical progress will be my choice. And then we're gonna start moving towards the mid game, right? And mid game is basically the epic policies. One of the most important policies in general military expansion 2. You have to max this out because it will help you to have 300k troops in your march. After that, we got administrative excellence 2, and this policy is really expensive, right? Depending how much prestige you actually got. If you have a lot, like 1 million prestige, for sure go for it. If not, my advice would be it's better to get some elixir productions for your account to fight better than spend a lot of prestige on the warrant capacity. That's why sometimes I skip it if I don't have enough prestige for my future policies. If you get like at least 1 million prestige at this stage, and when you already got military expansion maxed out, then of course it will be good to have this policy unlocked. But if not, there is much more important policies which you actually can get. The next up is the governor's direction, right? We got benevolence, we got reprieve, we got diligence. As always, there is two choices which are good. That's reprieve or diligence, right? When you're gonna get diligence, if you are having troubles in terms of stamina, and if you are going to resource heal a lot during the season, you are always going for diligence. If you are not going to resource heal a lot and you don't have problems in terms of your stamina, you are going for reprieve. For myself, 90% of the times I'm going for reprieve because I absolutely love elixir capacity limit 100%, which is increasing the hospital capacity for the free elixir production by a lot. So I'm basically more used to playing with reprieve. Maybe in the future I will try out diligence, but so far reprieve sounds like a good choice for my account. But as always, you have to look at your account and choose the direction which basically suits your account perfectly. So for my account, reprieve sounds and looks like a perfect choice. After that, we got more elixir production policies. Here we got daily production and we got elixir production speed in percentages. Yet again, for myself, I always go for the percentages and elixir production speed because during the war, I'm most of the time online. I'm clicking on heal a lot on a daily basis. That's why I will be going for healthcare reforms too, for sure. And from in the down, in terms of daily resource healing, yet again, medical seminaries 2 should be the choice which I'm going to go, and hopefully you are doing same, because I will repeat, percentages are really good in Call of Dragons. That's our basically a mid-game policies for our policy section. Now let's go towards legendary ones and let us call it late game policies for our policies in Road of Dawn. Here we have governor's direction yet again, but mostly for the army groups, which are for infantry and cavalry. We got group tactics, increase defense by 5% when legions are in army group, increase march speed for army groups you created by. When not in army group, legion deals 2% more damage when fighting an army group in the field. So basically, if you are infantry player, you are going for group tactics. If you are cavalry player, you are going for hasty march, and if you are mage or archer player just like me, you are going for standalone, right? Because we are going to get free 2% damage against army groups, which is quite nice because in general cavalry and infantry is fighting inside the army groups all the time. So that's the way which I will be going if you ask me. Light of the Beacon, increased damage dealt by rally armies. Captain of the Guard, increased damage dealt by garrison legions. If you are not rally leader for your alliance, not recommending to max out Light of the Beacon. Same goes for Captain of the Guard. If you are a garrison leader for your alliance or rally leader, for sure you have to go. If not, just skip it and move forwards towards shared glory. Legions gain more merits when in army group, and that's basically for the infantry and cavalry players, right? And that's why if you are not infantry or cavalry, not recommending to max out shared glory, plus there's a 20 level, which is quite a lot. Oath of the Glory, basically, we all know what kind of policy this is. I'm not really into it in terms of archers. I believe there is not a single great archer buff here, so think twice until you're gonna unlock it and use it. But you kinda have to unlock in order for you to move forward, right? Palliative Care, gain 1 elixir for every one of your level 4 units that die. And Glorious Death, gain 1 merits for every one of your level 4 units that die. Basically, that's for the fighting. That's if you have unlocked the Oath of the Glory and you are turning it on, you will be able to get some more merits and some more elixirs. And that the policies are on level 1, so you kinda have to unlock it whenever you are already on a late game stage. The new policies here, first rally, when launching a rally attack against another lord city, increases the death rate of the defending garrison legions severely wounded units, which looks really strong, and death rate will be 25%. So in this KVK we are going to have a lot of rallies on cities. Conqueror's Banner, when you launch a successful rally attack against another city, or your rally attack is dispersed when the target activates city shield after entering battle, the target's PvP legions take 20% more damage for 8 hours, which is really cool and really interesting. Entrenched counterattack, when your city is attacked by another lord, increases the death rate of attacking legion. So if we have first rally, we have same style for the defending city, right? And elite garrison, when garrisoning a city, only non-transport units can take part in garrison combat. So basically these 4 is kinda new policies which I have not seen so far. They look really interesting, and that's our policies for Road of the Dawn. And I got asked quite a lot of questions to make this kind of video, and I'm more than glad to make it happen. Now, let's go and let's check out season talents, right? So basically in season talents, we have mass warfare, we have battle AQT, we have field morale, and we have battle preparation. In total, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, well, 15 points which we are going to spend, right? Now I will tell you the season talents for archers, for mages, for cavalry, and for infantry, right? Let's start with the archers, because I believe that's a perfect seasonal talents for the archers in general. Basically, Road of the Dawn is the KVK for archers. So, as an archer main, I will build my archer talents like this. First one will be merit accumulation, increase weekly merit retention limit by 200k. The next one will be Cloud Piercer, basically defense penetration for the ranged legions. Of course, it suits more for archer than mages, but at the same time, mages will be using this in a good way also. The next one will be Herz's 1, basically more ranged legions you will have in open field, more damage they will have. For each ranged legion you are going to have 1.5% more attack. So for the 5 March you can see how much attack you are going to get, which is pretty cool, not only for archers but also for mage players. The next one, which is the final one, of course for archers, long range warfare. Basically it means that we are going to have same range as mage players, but we'll have also 20% less base physical attack. But trust me, nobody cares about 20% less physical attack. Range is such a powerful thing in this game that everybody should take long range warfare for these talents. We're gonna also have 2 more points. I would say go and get Glories of the War, and here go for the Glory Bound, right? For the mages, I would say kinda similar to archers. Mage talents would be merit accumulation, It can be also Gale Step, because mages are one of the most slow march speed troop type in the game, so Gale Step can be a great choice for mages, and I will be honest, I might even have taken this one if I was mage. The next one will be Herz's 1, still mages can increase attack, and the last talent would be Arcana Hindrance. Each time your magic unit deals normal attack damage in the field, the target legion loses 1.5 march speed, maximum 50%. So your mages will apply slow in terms of other opponents, which can be nice in some situations. And after that, yet again, I would go for Glories of War and Glory Bound. That's the talents for mage players. The talents for cavalry players are different, right? For cavalry, we're gonna go for the mass warfare. And for the mass warfare, for the first talent for cavalry players, I would go for Glory Bound. The next one, I would go for the Hack and Slash. Your melee legions gain Hack and Slash upon entering battle, increasing their attack by 1%, maximum 5, so basically 5%, right? The next one will be Shared Honor. That's for the army groups. You can receive up to 200k merits per week through this method. Will also receive 5% more merits obtained by other lords. So that's for the army group feature. And for the cavalry, I would go for the Thundering Stampede. When cavalry units army groups you created launch Undialing Rush at the target in the field, they take 40% less damage, and the rush skill cooldown is reduced by 20%. That's like most important cavalry talent, right? We also have some left talents which can be nice, and I would go for Merit Accumulation for cavalries and also Glories of the War. Basically, Glories of the War is really cool talent which can be used on every single troop type in the game. And the last one, which is infantry players. For infantry players, I would go for Glory Bound, I would go for Hack and Slash, I would go for Shared Honor, and I would go for the Undialing Army. Infantry units in army creates infantry units in army groups you create have 50% chance to take 25% less damage from the ranged units in the field and deal counter-attack damage 240 damage factor. So you're gonna take less damage from the mages and the archers, and at the same time you're gonna deal more damage back to them by counter-attack, which is pretty nice. I would say infantry have better talent than cavalry. Yeah, kinda, a little bit, that's the case. And the last points, how I would spend it, I would choose Merit Accumulation, and I would choose Glories of the War, right? That's our talents for archers, mages, infantry, and cavalry. And also, one more trick, if your KVK is almost over and there is no more fight, you can easily reset the talents and put everything on battle preparation, because in the end you will be able to get Diligent Statecraft, which will give you one more daily warrant capacity. Also you will have Alliance Protection, you can gather freely, and also you can go and get Spirit Summoner, which will help you to revive more troops which died in the KVK. That's basically in the last week of your KVK. Small tip, because if there is no fight, all these talents which we see here will be useless, and only useful talent tree for the season talents will be battle preparation. Basically, Diligent Statecraft is the most important for the end of the season. That's like a small tip, a small trick which you can use for your account. That's our policies, that's our season talents, and hopefully you are not going to make any mistakes when this kind of KVK will start for you. As always, if you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It gives me more motivation when you actually do that. I wish everybody an amazing day, morning and night, wherever you are. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.